My name is Thota Nageswara Rao. Okay. I am working for State Bank of India as an officer. I am from Hyderabad, Andhra Pradesh. How I have come to Baba's fold, that is your question.
Yeah.
So let me tell you frankly that I came into Baba's fold right from my childhood because my father was a staunch Baba lover. Right now he is peacefully retired and he is staying at Kakinada, a place in Andhra Pradesh.
How was your father?
My father, yes, I am going to narrate that.
I'm going to ask you father's story too now. I'll get two stories.
Yes, that's a very great story. My father was working as a forest officer for the government of Andhra Pradesh. He was residing at a house belonging to a great Baba lover, Mr. E. Sattiraju, very close to Baba. He was a great lover because Baba nicknamed him as his let me say, a fish catcher. He was a great worker. Whenever a soul he came across was ready and right, just he introduced Baba and converted him into a Baba lover. That skill Baba gave him. So he was instrumental in bringing my father into Baba's fold. So one day it so happened that my father was meditating on Lord Shiva in early hours of a day.
8 hours a day?
Early hours of the day, at 4 o'clock, 5 o'clock in the morning. It is common for Indians to get up and sit in a particular posture and repeat God's name, Om Namah Shivaya, like that. So because being the owner of the house, he was just staying in the room next to my father's room. So he heard this and he thought, this must be a ready soul. So immediately, after the prayer of my father was over, he invited my father into his house and introduced Baba's photo. From then on, he did not rest ultimately until my father became a Baba lover.
He kept talking about
He was so vehement, He was forcing, he was inviting, read this, read that, just come into Baba's center and enjoy this. Like that, my father gradually became a very staunch Baba lover. It was in 1966. Though my father was very, very eager to be in the lap of the Lord, but Baba was not at all permitting anybody whatsoever to visit him. He was in great seclusion, yes or no. So my father was waiting for the call from the master. He never wanted to interfere with Baba's work. So many lovers, they told him, just you go with family, he will somehow permit you to have his darshan. But my father was not prepared for this. Against the wish of my Lord, why should I disturb him? No. Only when he permits, I'll go. That was his answer.
Wow.
So when the matters were like this, suddenly the news came that Baba dropped his body. At the time, my father was working in a remote area. He was a forest officer, as I told you.
Baba in the body?
No.
Was he always waiting for Baba?
No. He was just writing letters. Baba was just sending replies. And he was greeting Baba on his birthday. And Baba was sending a reply saying that his entire family is blessed in his love. That was the reply came from Baba. So suddenly, it was a small story. If you can permit there, I'll continue.
Absolutely.
So one day so happened, just he was sitting and reading some newspaper. Suddenly some unscheduled guests came who were his friends. And they were provided with some refreshments. After that, one of the friends, he saw Baba's photo and said, who is he, how you are related to him? Then my father said that he is my Lord. Today in the newspaper, I saw some news item saying that he dropped his body. So my father was taken aback. But somehow something in him told that it is not possible. Without giving darshan, how can you leave me? But somehow he wanted to make sure. In the same newspaper which was available right on the table, that photo was not there. That news item was not there. But his friend was arguing the same paper I saw. The village next to this. I saw it. But the same edition, from the same place it was issued, it was not there. So my father thought, I should make sure this. I'll come with you. Show me the paper. So immediately he rushed along with them. It was already in the evening. So when they reached that place, it was very much there.
He saw it.
He saw. My father also saw it. Avatar MeherBaba dropped his physical body and his body was going to be cremated. Something was there in a day or two. So he was taken aback. But he was determined to proceed to Meherabad. He did not know the way to Meherabad by then, remember. Because he did not see Baba then. So he was riding a motor bike.
Oh no.
So he thought, let me proceed to Kakinada. From there he wanted to proceed, ignoring his wife and children. Because he was anxious somehow to proceed. The family was not in his mind. So just he was proceeding, then immediately the light failed. It was already dark. So he did not know what to do. So he had to come home. My mother was there. And both my father and mother, they were in grief, utter grief, because the Lord left them without a message. And we two sons, myself and my brother, we were living away from our native village along with my elders. So my father thought, this is dead of the night almost, no communication, because it was a remote village. Suddenly, an autowala came and he gave a horn. So anybody is there to give a lift, because I am going back empty. Autowala came. So my father thought, Lord has decided to take me by his hand. So immediately he jumped into the auto, but he did not have.
Did your mother know?
Yes, but he did not have money in his pocket, only some hundreds he had. So he thought, I should go to my elder's place, get some money, and immediately rush. Okay. Then all the way, 50 kilometers in the night, he traveled to our native village where we were staying with our elders. So immediately he wanted some 5,000 rupees or 4,000 rupees. Exact amount I do not remember. So somehow our relatives could collect that amount and give it to him. Then Baba gave the idea, why should not I take my children also with me? Anyhow, money is there. Then we were sleeping. I was a boy of 14-year-old then. So myself and my brother were lifted from our beds virtually and were put in the auto. So for the ups and downs of the auto, we got up and what is that going on? We never understood. Then my father said, Baba has dropped his body and we are proceeding there. We were taken aback. Just we were going, all of a sudden, it occurred to my father that there was an old man in that village who was very close to Baba. So he stopped the auto. He went to the door and he knocked, and then the old man appeared. What happened? Baba dropped his body. Are you coming? He said, I do not have money, but if you can spare, I'll come. Immediately he jumped into the auto and he followed without clothes, without anything at all. He came with us. So there was a lot of riots going on at that time in the state. Trains were not plying, buses were not plying. So we took a taxi to Hyderabad. From Hyderabad, no taxi wala was prepared to come to Meherabad. So my father, he got into the queue for reservation. It was very difficult. Then we do not have this many number of trains. Now, of course, it is well connected.
Yeah.
So somehow he got the tickets and we reached down station. Down, on the way from Sholapur to Pune, down. That's where we, people from Andhra Pradesh, we got down and we take a passenger to reach here. So at down station, nobody was there to help us. My father did not know the way. So he was inquiring from person to person, Sir, will you please help me reach Meherabad? Then the local newspaper said that Baba's body was going to be cremated that very day.
Cremate, meaning interred.
Not actually, yes, it was second or third. It was not seventh. So we were actually worried a lot because having reached up to that level, we might miss the face of the Lord. So somehow one Muslim tea stall wala was there. He got pity for us and he said that you have come from such a distance only to see the beloved and his last days. So I'll help you. He closed his shop virtually. He came with us into the town and he made us sit in a small shop and he was moving round and round. He did not actually know how to send us. So my father was inquiring if any truck was there, we were prepared to go. Then he said that some cargo truck was there. So we just put ourselves into the truck, all standing. So we reached Meherabad by afternoon. Then of course Baba's body was there very much. So we were very, very happy to see that beloved. But by then only hundreds of lovers were there. I am very, very happy to note that I could see the great stalwart lovers of Baba then. Francis Brabazan was there, all his mandali was there, and his body was kept there. Mehra was coming very frequently to have darshan of the beloved. But only Baba's dear ones who are very close to him in his lifetime were allowed to go into the tomb and touch his feet. So we were not permitted. But you see, myself and my brother, we were kids, and another family also was there from Kakinada. They came with the small kids, even younger to us. So we were somehow accommodated in Arangan, center was there then. So we reached there and we did not have anything to eat because these refreshments are all there which are now being provided. They were not there. They were not prepared. Even power was not there. Some lovers from Andhra Pradesh, they provided electricity to the tomb also from the vehicle they brought with them.
Wow.
Yes. So like that, every minute of the day we were just lingering around the Samadhi just to have the glimpse of the Lord. On the last day, my father was confident from the very first day, Baba would give us the opportunity to touch his feet. From this moment on, let us be prepared with the prayer which we have to, say then. So we were being kids, we were trained every day. I remember the prayer, every word of it even now.
Please say.
And the prayer is this, beloved, from the moment we got separated from you, our soul, till the time we merge in you, this is yours. This is the opportunity which I may not get again. So let me dedicate this entire soul at your feet. Please accept this. I am your soul. That's all. That is a prayer. We were prepared. On the last day, all were allowed. So in the queue we joined and we went down the steps and beloved, he was just lying down there with his head seeing us and the feet actually that which we can touch. So I did put my head on his feet and I uttered this prayer. And believe, everyone was thinking only of the last day, that was 7th February, when Baba's body will be closed. Nobody was concerned about what happens after 7th. Because everybody was so engrossed with the thought that beloved's body will be closed on 7th. So that was, I feel it's a great opportunity given to the soul's journey, my individual soul's journey. Baba was kind enough, even though my faith was not at all, deserving to be worthy of touching his feet, by his grace, he gave us that opportunity. And from that moment onwards, always I was one-pointed in my devotion. And with the guidance of my father is a very staunch devotee. Come what may, he is prepared to face. He lost his younger daughter in 1978. You know what he did? It is Baba's wish. We say that we are lovers of God. We also believe that nothing happens but for the express will of God. If not we as lovers of God, who obeys his commands, we have to obey. Every day he gives us a sweet, but sometimes he gives us a bitter thing also, but we have to take it with the same feeling. So with his guidance, we are going along. And Baba also has given me the opportunity to be a small instrument in his work. So wherever I am, in whatever position I am, Baba has been kind enough to provide me with an opportunity to share in his work. So I feel myself greatly privileged to have seen Baba, to have touched his feet, and to be a small part in his work. We were convinced that it was the ultimate thing in our lives to see the beloved, to see the God who had come in human form. We were not at all disappointed for not having seen him when he was moving, because the same form, you see. And this fortune was not available to millions and crores of people. So, but for his infinite grace, we would not have had the opportunity of touching his feet.
Your mother felt that as well.
Yes, my mother, right now, she's also feeling that. And she had suffered so many problems in her life, but only with his grace she has been able to pull along. She lost her daughter, and another daughter, she had breast cancer. But she took it, his wish. So, my father always, he'll be very, very, very categorical in saying this. Don't expect Baba to do only things which you can like. Your life will be determined and designed by his wish. So let us be prepared to face whatever he puts us in a situation. So I am living with that faith, and my parents also are living with that faith. So whatever he does, it is for our good only. He only knows. So we are resigned to his will, and we are leading our lives.
Beautiful.
Jai Baba.